This is my 1967 BMW 1800. The car has been sat since 1988 in a barn in France. It's only ever had one previous owner and it was looking a little sorry for itself, so I thought I would buy it. I then had a look underneath and it's in pretty good condition, so I made the owner an offer and bought it. The interior of the car is absolutely incredible. The exterior does need a little bit of work, but as you can see, the interior is lovely. The seats are nice and clean. The chrome work is going to be redone because it's a bit of a mess, and you can see it's flapping around at the back. But the engine does run, and it does sound really nice. The problem is the clutch doesn't work. Need to find out what the issue is with that, as I'm not sure. But anyway, let's load it up and take it home and see what we've got. Under the bonnet, we have the lovely M10 engine, which is complete by the looks of things. We got your reservoir there, another reservoir there. We got a battery. Got a single carburetor M10 engine, which produces about 90 horsepower or so. You can see all the heat shields come off there, but it is complete. Might be a couple of oil leaks there. Radiator's not leaking, which is good, and it is full, surprisingly. So yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to get going. Once we finally had some tyres put on the car, we managed to roll it into the garage. I got my friend Jeff round here to help me lift it up, and we're going to see what the matter with the clutch is. So as you can see, the original pipe has been cut off. The reason is unknown. We're still unsure of this, so we're going to have to create a new pipe and see if it fits.
This is the stop. This goes into the stop, which has. So you these back down to grip it. That goes back out, and goes in. And goes back down.
As you can see, the new pipe has been fitted and we've connected up, and we are going to see now if it works. Okay, so behind me, up on jacks, is the BMW 1800. After closer inspection on the clutch, slave and master cylinders, the master cylinder needs a rebuild. There was fluid leaking out the top. There was also fluid leaking into the footwell next to the clutch. So I'm currently in the process of rebuilding it. I will be posting a video on that. That's the first job, to do the master cylinder so we can actually get it moving under its own steam. Next we've got to do the brakes, and the bearings need doing, because the wheel is just wobbly. Front and back, all the wheels, all the bearings are shot. The linkages are shot. So much play. Brakes, linkages, bearings, prop shaft boot, because it's just sat on the mount at the moment. And that is pretty much it. There's not a huge amount to do. The most time consuming is rebuilding the master cylinder, making sure that it's tight and that it holds pressure when the clutch is depressed. So managed to get the old drum off. As you can see, even the springs are all had it, I think. The shoes obviously are being replaced, and the piston seems to have seized, so I think it might have to be refurbished, but we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, it came off all right. It wasn't too difficult to get off. The only thing I struggled with was the handbrake cable there, trying to get that off because that was stiff. But it did manage to come off, and then yeah, so not too bad really. As you can see here, the top spring which holds the shoes together was really tricky to actually take off because it was stuck on the shoe which had the handbrake cable attached to. So I had to pull it out from the top instead of the bottom, and then use a screwdriver to unhook these. But yeah, it has come off. So now I'm just waiting on parts to fit new shoes, and I don't know what to do about the piston as of yet. So we've had the first lot of car parts arrive. Let's see what we've got. So obviously I had to order quite a few things for the car because there are quite a few things that need doing. So what have we got here? The prop shaft centre mount. Because it's currently sitting on, well, nothing really. No idea what that is. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Then we get everything out of the box and I'll show you what we've got. So we've got 2 new handbrake cables because the current ones are buggered. We've got lower and upper springs for both sides. We've got the prop shaft centre mount. We've got brake pads. We've got rear wheel cylinders because there's the pistons inside. The current ones are seized. And we've got brand new brake shoes. And yeah, we're waiting on discs. Need to try and find some discs and calipers, maybe. But we have to see. We're waiting for the shoe, the rubber shoe, for the prop shaft. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get the car rolling and actually be able to stop it. Right, so my plan now is to get this cylinder off here because the pistons inside it have completely seized, and I've got the new ones. All I was waiting for was my 7mm spanner so I can get the nuts off the back. So I've managed to get the first screw off, first bolt. Next I've got to detach the brake pipe, which is here. And then after that I've got the third bolt, which is right there at the end of the spanner. So hopefully these two will come off easier. Right everyone, so progress has been made. Clutch master cylinder is out. Brake master cylinder is also out. Both were leaking quite badly. Front calipers are currently sticking, but hopefully we'll be able to get those open tomorrow. Bushings, you can see. Linkages as well. Bearings are alright. On the rears, the drums are now assembled. Everything is together. New brake pipes are in, and yeah, it's looking good. However, you can see this is out because the gaiters, well, they're not there. Under the car now, and there's something missing. The prop shaft. Yeah. Prop shaft has been taken off because, yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But yeah, so missing gaiter on both sides, which is always fun. So as you can see, prop shaft is now in, and so today I am currently trying to get the bumpers off. First taking off you can see this little piece here, and that way I can get access to the rest, and hopefully I should be able to get the front bumper off. So I've managed to get both of these off. They're not actually in too bad a shape. They do need a good cleaning up. I'll get some auto sol on them and get them looking shiny. But now we've got to try and get this piece here off, and it comes off in 3 stages. So let's give it a go. Right, so now we've got the small piece out. I've now got to do that bolt there and that one there, so I can get the side piece off first. So I've now got those 2 out, and you can see that is quite loose. Now I've just got to find a way of how we get that off. So all the bolts apart from this one here, which is very loose because I'm just leaving that in at the moment. These 2 here are out. These 2 here. This one, however, the thread is stuck and it's refusing to come out. So whilst I think of a way to get that out, I'm going to drain the fuel tank because it's terrible and it smells. So I'm going to undo the bolt there and see how much fuel is in it. Loosen it up a little. I'm going to have to put the camera down because it's coming out now. That doesn't actually look too bad, surprisingly. I was expecting it to be a hell of a lot worse. So guys, yeah, quite a lot of progress has been made recently, so hopefully the next video that comes out after this should have the car moving, fingers crossed. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. So the first thing we're gonna do with this car is give it a wash, get rid of all the dust that's on it, see what's underneath the paint, see how good the paint is. We're using some compound and polish on it, and yeah, it should be good. Now I've done the compound and polish, and you can clearly see how amazing the paint is, to be honest. Apart from these odd stone chips here, the paint is still actually really good quality considering the age. 54 years old. Really shiny, still reflective. There you go, you can see there's a nice shine to it all the way down. Right everybody, so the new brake master cylinder's in. At the moment we got the steering linkages off. We've also had to plug the brake hoses, the flex hoses, because they were blocked, so we weren't able to bleed the brakes. Back ones work fine, but obviously the front ones, because it was blocked, nothing was happening. So yeah, so those done. Back wheels are now on. Engine looking a little bare because the air filter's off, but to be honest, stick some new hoses on it, should be driving by the end of the day. Got a list here of everything that needs to be done. For the moment on the car, the bumpers have come off, the brakes are done completely. We've taken the air filter off, we've taken all the hoses off because they're knackered. Chrome work's been and gone and come back and it's been re-chromed. We've polished it, we've cleaned it, drained the fuel tank, we've done that. So what's next is we've got to drain all of the oil, we've got to drain all the cooling fluid, put the hoses on and then fire it up, I guess. Oh yeah, we fit the clutch slave cylinder, that's not done yet. So yeah, let's empty the radiator and see what's in there. The radiator. Yeah, that's not good, is it? So properly flush it out and then put some actual coolant in it because that just looks like it was water. And then put the hoses back on. This one's alright. There's a couple that's alright. There's a few that were knackered completely. As you can see, taken quite a lot off here. Air filters off. Quite a few of the hoses are going to have to be replaced because they're knackered. The washer motor also doesn't work. It makes noises but doesn't do anything. Wiper blades are obviously going to be replaced. We've had a few fuses going in because the fuse that controlled one of the tail lights and the wipers was not working, so we've done that one. And yeah, after that we're going to be able to take it outside and actually give it a proper good clean outside because obviously in here it's quite dusty. But yeah, that's the inside of the old slave cylinder. So yeah, it's exciting times, I guess.
Just on the wrong side, yeah.